All right, it is a few days later. It's kind of chilly out here. The sun is shining directly into my face. We're gonna get started and we're just gonna start throwing all these Trebuchet parts onto my truck back here. We're gonna get it down to Jacob's house and get it put together and start looking it over, inspecting it, adding the little things we need to, and getting it ready for this event that we're going to. So let's get started getting these pieces on this truck.
Maybe you can just edit this out.
Maybe not.
Oh!
Did you knock a piece off the barn roof? Oh my gosh.
This barn has seen better days. I'll just take it off the rest of the way. It's not good.
Don't do that to my truck.
Stop judging. It's more awkward than it looks.
There's everything loaded up. We're gonna see if we can get everything down there without losing half of it on the way down. So Jacob will be in the back, I'll be driving, and we'll see how he fares. Hopefully we can get down there without the Trebuchet dying and without Jacob dying.
Or the camera.
Or the camera, we'll see.
Yep, just go slow. Hoping nothing gets caught on a tree as we go through the narrow part of the driveway. I think we're good.
Is there anything wobbling around kind of weird?
Doesn't seem like it. Right. Yep, good. That is the arm bouncing. Actually, that's just the steel axle bouncing around. It's not so bad, it's okay. This is why we're using the trailer to move this thing and not a truck. It doesn't fit. We are now down in my yard. So we are going to unload the Trebuchet, but I think we need to mow first. There's quite a bit of grown up grass and small trees and such. So there's a nice little opening. I'm gonna probably push down those 2 little trees, maybe 3, and then the Trebuchet will go right about here. Then we'll be able to fire down this way. I'm gonna go get the tractor, do a quick mow, and then we'll set the Trebuchet up.
All right, we made it down here. The truck is full of all the Trebuchet parts. We are going to start pulling the parts off and assembling the Trebuchet. Jacob went and picked up some cinder blocks. He brought them down here with the tractor. We're going to set the base of the Trebuchet up on these cinder blocks just to keep it up off the ground, make sure the wood doesn't rot while it's sitting here for the next few weeks. We're just going to kind of inspect and look over the Trebuchet and just make sure there's no damage. Just look over for any sort of cracks forming in the wood, make sure nothing's too serious, nothing's gonna fail, like the trigger mechanism or the safety mechanism that holds it down. So we're just gonna start putting the legs and the frame pieces in place and such. We're gonna start ratcheting and bolting everything together. We just kind of want to do this as a preliminary, kind of make sure everything's in good shape, because we are actually going to an event in the next couple weeks. I think sometime next month. A bunch of local churches are coming together to put on a boys retreat, and they asked us to come along, and we're gonna be getting our Trebuchet out and just throwing some pumpkins and whatever else we want to throw that day. There'll be a video for that, of course, as well, so we'll bring you guys along. You can see how that event goes. For now, we're gonna get started putting all this stuff together. Okay, so far we have one brace up. What we have done is this kind of foot here. There's a bolt there and at that end, and then this kind of A-frame thing, bolts 1, 2, 3, and then you have this cross-section piece. There's just a bolt that runs through to attach it to that foot there, and then a large bolt up at the top. And all Jacob is doing is he's just attaching the foot and A-frame on the right side.
There you go. Go through. It's making me so nervous because you're like back. My thumb's right there and you're back hammering.
Hit my elbow on the...
Actually, it might be beneficial.
That's a mysterious character.
It's fine. We'll get what we get. Okay, now we need this pin down. Is that working? Did you
That's
get it
in.
in?
Yeah, it's in.
Oh, good.
All right, now all we got to do is just put the arm up there.
The axle, yeah.
Okay, hopefully. Oh, we got it. Okay, it's fine. We just got to get the angle right.
Okay, we're gonna rotate up and down, and I'll put pressure. Wiggle back and forth.
Yeah, I got to keep it straight. That's the thing.
Oh man, it's tight.
Okay.
Okay, so you go ahead and bring the other axle down. Yep. I mean the arm down.
Watch your head.
Okay. Okay, hook it on. Good job. Got it.
Sort of. Lifting with my foot.
Okay, good. Good job.
Okay.
It's okay. We got it. Oh, good.
Yes.
Is it flush on both sides or is it?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. All right, go. You go ahead and let go. Look at that.
Nice. Okay, let's center. Let's
We just
wiggle.
gotta center it up.
Center up, and we'll put the bands on the other day.
All right. Well, I think that's enough for today. It's lunchtime. We'll come back and we got to do a couple things. We got to put like little secure the axles in place, and we're gonna like repaint this and all that. But we're gonna do that another day. We'll be back. Once again, we'll be back shortly. All right, so it has been shortly. Look at that light. I look heavenly, look like an angel. Anyway, so it has been shortly, and we actually are already here. We have the Trebuchet out at this camp that we are going to. We're bringing our Trebuchet out to the Refuel retreat. A group of churches come together to put on a retreat just for guys, just for boys. They do a ton of cool stuff. They got an excavator just over there teaching the kids how to use big, heavy digging equipment. They got riflery, archery, blacksmithing, all sorts of stuff that we love here. So the Trebuchet is out here, all set up, all ready to go. We're just making some final adjustments, but I want to walk you through the last little bit where we left off, show you the stuff that we did. So we have added our hose clamps and little rubber gaskets that we cut to keep the bucket in the arm from sliding back and forth. It just holds it in place, nice and centered. We have our outriggers all set up, keep the Trebuchet from tipping over. The biggest change that we made that was not present last year we just used a tractor and a system of pulleys to pull the Trebuchet back. This year we have added a brand new winch system, so we can just do it all by hand. We don't have to rely on the tractor. So we built this little sleeve that attaches to the frame of the Trebuchet, and then a long arm that comes out with the winch attached to the end of the arm. That way we can be, kind of offset, so we're not anywhere near the Trebuchet, so we're nice and safe. And that arm is actually removable. It slides out of the sleeve, just so the Trebuchet can stay nice and compact. And last year, another thing we used rope to pull the Trebuchet back, and the little pulley slider at the top of the arm. This year we were able to acquire some steel cable, which is a lot more secure, so that is what we're going to be going with now. So winch, steel cable, we're kind of stepping this up. Final addition, nice and important, we added a nice @Fort in the Woods on the side there for all of our people on Instagram. So little plug there. Find us on Instagram, that'd be super cool. I think that's about it. Plus my arm is getting super tired holding this camera up. Jacob's up top playing around trying to get stuff, finalized stuff, but my arm's tired holding this camera up. So anyway, that is about it for this video. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for following us along this adventure of getting the Trebuchet back out and set up. We are going to be filming
during the day today of us actually firing it, us hanging out with the kids and all that stuff, and that will be its own separate video that will be coming out soon, just as soon as we can get it filmed and edited and all that good stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Please subscribe, make sure you don't miss that. But we will see y'all shortly in the next video. So until then, have a good one. We'll see you soon.